Are you ready? Let's get comfy.
I'm like, oh, just a little bit of Korean fried chicken right there.
I'm telling you, we should just have a channel where we just eat.
That would be so bad. So bad.
So bad, but so good.
I love this one. Somebody just Zodiac. Are you the killer? Are you?
Maybe.
Do you have one?
Don't we all?
I feel but you know what? I kind of feel like you're using me to be the guy in the club. Like, what's your sign? Yeah.
Well, I'm a Gemini.
Gemini. That's probably why we half get along, because I'm on the cusp. I'm a Gemini Cancer. Why did I am? Why did you cut your long hair? Greg wants to know.
Oh, why not?
That goes back to the first question, Greg. Why?
Why not?
T. Garcia wants to know if you seek Amy.
No.
No, she does not. I like this one though. Oh, we didn't talk about this. You were talking about, your finishers. Do you have a name for the submission finisher you used?
Not as of yet. I've used a submission a couple times in my life. I haven't named them because I don't think about doing them. I just seize the opportunity to do them. I'm not like, oh, I gotta get into this.
I feel
maybe I need one.
I feel like some people think of names before they think of moves sometimes.
See, I just saw the opportunity and I was like, you know what? This is a creative way to cut off the air in her, to cut off her airflow, block the carotid a little bit,
make her pass out.
Yeah.
It's faster than tapping. I don't know.
Just please really try.
Who is in most need of a reality check?
In life,
I don't know. Apparently, they're just asking.
my dog. What asshole?
Your dog.
He won't eat. If I'm not home, he just won't eat. So I literally have to sit down by his bowl, or when I'm eating, I'll have to put his bowl next to me and then he'll eat, or entice him with canned cheese.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's the worst. Also, the Texas sun. It's too much. It's killing my cucumber plant.
Hallelujah. Killing my plants too. I'm growing pumpkins.
Oh, wow.
Mm-hmm.
Is that hard?
Apparently not. I just let them die in my garden, and I just kept watering them. They started growing. I was like, cool. It was hey, I'll just use them as fertilizer to fertilize the ground, but they started growing. I'm like, hey, cool. Let's see if I get a pumpkin out of it.
You should do it when they start growing. Have you seen the ones where they get these molds and they look like Frankenstein, and then the pumpkin starts growing and they just put it over and then you get it Frankenstein. Pretty sure I saw that on TikTok.
Probably. I've seen it because you can get a square pumpkin. I have seen those. You put in a box.
Yeah, but a Frankenstein would be cooler.
That's true. But I'm not buying it. You guys want to buy it for me? Do it.
Her Cash App is here. Here's her Amazon wish list.
I've started an Amazon wish list. That thing is addicting. It's too easy to put stuff on it.
And yeah.
It's way too easy to put stuff on an Amazon wish list.
That is true.
When will you be back from your injury?
They estimated about 3 months. I'm aiming for
August 20th. Mission Pro Show.
Yes. Aiming for then, so I can defend my belt.
What is it about you and Summers and injuries?
I guess whomever is controlling the universe, Thanos. I don't know.
Yeah.
He just doesn't want me to be outside. He's saving me from sun cancer.
Sun cancer.
So I'm not going outside for this. And then what? I'm gonna have this odd, ugly little tan.
It's gonna smell.
Exactly, and that's what the doctor was saying. He's like, well, you can't work out, but you could do legs maybe, or some cardio. But we're just gonna look at it on the 14th. I don't know if or not the 14th. I don't even remember when it was. Sometime in June. I think it is the 14th. He's like, we're just gonna like take a look at it. I don't know if we'll take you out of this the cast yet. And I was like, cool, but like, this is gonna smell.
Yeah.
And, like, you know how hard it is to like put lotion on and like wash my hands and stuff. So I'm like, because I feel like I can't just not wash this.
Your nubs that are sticking out?
Yeah, and so like I can put lotion on this arm, and then I'm like,
Oh.
I feel like what is that scary movie too?
With you using your strong hand?
I'm like,
yeah.
and then putting my hair up, it just doesn't work.
You're all sorts of all over the place.
Yeah, you'd be surprised how much you actually like need your hand.
Huh, surprising.
Yeah, like you can't type either. It's like,
Oh, that would kill me to be able to. I can't do that.
yeah, my fingers start cramping. I'm like, he needs a break.
Okay. Here's some more for you. No cheating. No cheating. If you could compete for any title in the world right now, what would it be?
Like a belt. Or are we
You're
talking
like the
about,
gold
title?
medal.
'Cause, like, Mrs. Hemsworth, is that a title?
You would definitely be competing against some people on that one.
Didn't they just combine one of them? I want Roman's titles.
There you go. Roman's titles. I love it.
All of them.
All the titles. Which power do you think is greater? The power to destroy or the power to create? I like that. That's a well thought out question. Good job, Jay.
Destroy. Because like you can create, but then like they can just destroy.
That's true. How does it feel to be a triple champion now? One half of the Mission Pro Tag Team Champs.
Feels pretty heavy, you know?
Now you
All the
gotta
weight.
Now you gotta travel with those things.
Yeah, actually, it is pretty heavy. I'm telling you, I was walking out to the ring with them on the 21st, and I was like, dang, I'm gonna get buffed just lifting them.
But Raché is also like a double champion.
She has a lot, actually. She has about like 3, and she said 3, maybe 4. You know, sounds about right for some of these Texas promotions. There's definitely a maybe on some of them.
Okay, so you guys are both very decorated tag team. What made you decide to become a tag team and were you guys thinking about it? You guys have the gear now that look, they're very similar, the cheetah gear.
Yeah, so she is actually the one that made this whole thing. Why didn't you print my question?
It was too easy. I could remember it. It's in here.
Anyways, she, I believe Lou from VIP or DFW, he was like setting up some type of like tag tournament like show.
Right.
And so she I guess went there for a while and
Right.
was like training there. And so he asked her, who do you want? And she chose me.
Of course.
And it was pretty much like from that moment that we first started working, it was like gold. From like the beginning, like before the match and everything, our personalities just matched. We're very, I'm funny. And she laughs at my joke. So it works. But it meshes very well. I think she has like a very fun spirit even in the ring, but then like she hits really freaking hard.
Yeah, she does.
So then I decided that at that point, once I watched her destroy one of the MK twins with that designer boot, I decided at that point I needed to be on her side, not on the other end of the designer boot. So I was like, yeah, let's do this forever. That, and then
Absolutely.
that one punch she does where she like winds up. Oh my god.
Yeah, that baseball punch kind of she does. I think I was actually, people always laugh about the whole like slapping the leg, blah blah blah. But no, when she hits, I actually heard the skin on skin contact.
Yeah. So, like I said, definitely rather have her in my corner because she would probably kick my butt. She has actually once. Pretty sure. I don't remember who won. Who lost?
Too many bumps.
Yes.
Too many bumps. I love this. There was a question here that I liked. What is it? Is this it? No. What are your long-term wrestling goals? That's not the one I was looking for, but I do like that one.
To not go out like the guy in the movie The Wrestler.
Oh.
Yeah. You know. I just want to get rich and eat a lot of food. And I need to get rich so I can afford the food.
That makes sense. I mean,
It really does.
It's a proper goal.
And that's what I was talking about. Like all through college, I was like, you know what? I just want to be rich enough where I can go to a Chinese restaurant and get fried rice and lo mein as a side.
Yeah.
So I
not
don't
have
have
to
to
choose.
choose. Yeah, because at Panda, I'm like looking at it, I'm like, the rice looks a little trash today, but like the lo mein can also be trash a lot of times. Like if I could just get both, then I wouldn't have to decide.
I think the problem is that you're going to Panda Express
It really
in the first
is,
place.
but like sometimes it's the only thing open.
Oh Lord. Okay. I think we've gone through a lot of the questions. People sent in some good questions. Yeah. So this is one I think you've been asked a lot of times. It's like, when will you finally be a part of a roster? And specifically, this person says AEW roster. And it's like, are you tired of this question? Because I mean, ultimately, it's not your decision.
What? It's not?
I mean,
yeah, it's a great question, and I don't know. I feel like AEW has a lot of good women on there right now.
yeah.
I don't want to say that I feel like if I'm there, like right now, that I would just like go into the abyss.
Well, I mean, it's fair.
Obsolete.
But I mean,
Yeah,
yes, I did like that. Boo.
Anywho. But yeah, I don't know. It's like, it would be cool, but at the same time, maybe get my footing a little bit more
Yeah.
on the higher realms. Because like some of those girls are really good, and you can tell like a lot of the ones that kind of went through the PC, they have like the way they wrestle is like very elevated than what you see on like indie shows or like independent wrestlers. Like they don't have the same like mannerisms that you would see that a lot of them did learn from like people like William Regal
Right.
and those kind of people at the PC. So it's cool to see that, but I definitely think I need a little boom up my game a little bit.
Do you think people are trying to move up too fast, or is it just everybody's at their own pace?
I think there's a lot of people who are trying to, or think that they should be at a high level such as AEW, but I think what they fail to realize is that there are people who, like Mercedes, and I don't want to call her by her WWE name.
Athena.
Yes. Who've like been in this business for like 10 plus years,
Yeah.
and now they're just getting their flowers. Same with Thunder, 7?
Yep.
Just now getting her flowers. Serena Deeb, same thing. I think a lot of these new girls take for granted the fact that they got on AEW Dark so early in their career, by whichever means they got there.
Right.
And I think they feel like they deserve to be there because they had that small taste of it, but in reality, they don't, and they have a lot more to learn, and there's women who still aren't there who probably do deserve to be on like a higher stepping stool. So I think a lot of people are selfish, and
There's a lot of talent right now in the indies, though, that never got the shot at the bigger companies.
I'm just kidding.
They never got a shot at the bigger companies, but I think that with the indies, the way it is now, is like you can really make a name for yourself.
Yeah.
You can really thrive in the indies, especially the way it is right now.
Yeah, 100%, especially monetarily. I'm just kidding. But I feel like for guys, though, it sucks. There's a lot of dudes.
Yeah, there are a lot of guys, and they can't sell 8x10s the way women can.
No, they can't. But also, there's just like a lot of dude wrestlers, and so
Yeah.
like,
They're all competing for different stuff.
spots on the show. And then I was literally just having this conversation, and there's like some dudes who just like really, really want to get like put on a show or like get a match, and they'll like do whatever, or do it for free, and
Right,
like
right.
sell this clothes off their back. everything. And so it makes it hard for people to like kind of put value in themselves, I think, for guys.
Right.
Why would they want to pay you this small amount for your gas when this guy's willing to drive here and set up the ring and clean up the ring and mop the locker room? I don't know if people do that, but I don't.
I don't.
I don't know.
Please
but like,
don't.
there's really dudes that just be like, yeah, I just want to wrestle. Yeah, I'll tell you.
And break your other hand.
Oh wait, I think we talked about it already. I was just so hyped. I'm so hyped.
You're like,
People just blow
Hulk
my
out.
mind in wrestling.
I think that's like the main thing is that there's so many variations of wrestling, and you see all of it here in Texas, because we have to drive everywhere. Nothing is ever close in Texas. Dallas is like 5 hours away.
Yeah.
Houston's 3 hours away. Then you have the Valley, and you have Laredo, and you have
El
Kingsville
Paso.
and El Paso. Nothing is close in Texas.
No,
Nothing.
never.
There's no close wrestling. You're always traveling somewhere or driving somewhere.
Yeah, and I don't think I realized like how far like we drive and stuff until like you tell people. They're like, oh well, you live in Texas, like Dallas is right there. I'm like, yeah, it's like 4.5 hours away from me. And they're like, what? Like, yeah, you can literally drive 8 hours and still be in Texas.
And still be in Texas.
Like, that's crazy, because we want you to fly into Minnesota and drive to Wisconsin, and that's only like an hour or two. What? You can get from state to state in an hour?
I know.
Blew my
Once
mind.
you get out of Texas, you're like traveling through states every second. But it's getting through Texas, either north and south or east and west. It takes
It blew my mind.
it takes a really long time, and you travel like through the mountains, the flatlands, the deserts of Texas, and you're still in Texas.
Yeah, basically.
It's crazy. I love it though. I mean, I love it, and I love the wrestling, but
But not the sweet tea.
not the sweet tea. I'm gonna stick to my unsweet. You can't.
So authentic.
I am impressed though. I did not think I was gonna like this as much as I thought I would. I don't know why. I mean, it was girthy. It's the wrong word. It was hefty. Like in the bag, it was hefty, and I was like, dang, this is a big sandwich. And it really is. It's not like all breading. It's not all bread. It's actually a chicken sandwich with a big piece of chicken. I liked it. Good job, Popeyes. I can see why people were fighting over this stuff. I mean, I'm not gonna punch anybody over it.
10 out of 10.
10 out of 10 people being punched recommend.
Yes.
I won't punch anybody for it, but I did enjoy it. I did like it. Good job, Popeyes.
When they had like their rebirth, like, because they like ran out and it was like gone for a while.
Yeah.
And when they came back, I literally went to like 2 different drive-thrus.
Why?
That's why.
Okay. Yeah, I get it.
And it was drive-thru. I didn't punch anyone.
Not in through the window.
Uh-uh. I think my car windows are probably stronger than. We had another break.
Yeah, don't hurt yourself anymore, please. Got to keep you healthy.
It's never the goal.
I mean, 2 injuries in 2 years.
When you put it that way. Calm down. And I even had my bracelet on.
Oh, the evil eye bracelet.
Yeah, it didn't help.
Did not. Did you have it on your hand?
No, I had it in my go. No, I had it in my shoe. Like it was on my ankle in my boot that I was wearing.
Is that like like every athlete has some kind of like a good luck charm or a ritual? Is that what you wear?
No. I mean, this is fairly new because like my other one, I had like a big evil eye on my keys, and then I accidentally dropped it and it broke, and someone was like, "Oh, you gotta get a new one." And I was like,
Yeah.
Oh my god. And then the girl at Hyper, Kiana, her and her mom bought me that one. They probably cursed it. And then I broke my hand.
Porky.
We're on to you.
She's like, only girl, huh?
There's only room for One of us. I am the queen of hybrid.
She is.
Self-proclaimed.
I like this though. Like I said, I'm good with it. But okay, you have the evil eye.
Mm-hmm.
Is there anything else that you do before a match to get ready for it? I mean, obviously the eyelashes go on,
What
the
does it
makeup,
do?
the makeup goes on. But is there anything else that you have to do to get into the mind frame?
Have a panic attack. Usually freak out for a minute, maybe cry a little. Not really. No, I basically just have to like get it in my mind, like think about it, and then like not think about it. Cause like I tried like the whole like headphones and music thing. But,
right.
Like, my thoughts are louder than the music.
Yeah.
I've tried like doing that and like listening to Headspace, but it's hard because it's like you're like you just on like the adrenaline, like you're like, oh crap, we got to go out there, crap. And so I feel like it doesn't actually calm me down. Like I tried to do like guided meditation and stuff, and it just doesn't work for me. I'll try and stretch and stuff before, but that's about it.
So it's basically just let the adrenaline take you?
Yeah, I feel like I have to like feel it because like when I do try and like compose myself or like keep it down, like that's when I get more agitated and prone to angry crying.
Do you think you get more or the same? Like, do you treat every show the same, or is there more anxiety, let's say, for like AEW, NWA, for tape shows than they are for like the live shows? I mean, I know these are live, like in front of a crowd, but like it's different.
Yeah. I mean, it's a little bit of both, but I think it's a little more nerve-wracking on like AEW and NWA just because, and it's not even like, oh, the fans and like, oh, YouTube. It's like, oh, the people backstage that are watching on the like the television screen outside in Gorilla currently live. And then you got to walk back there and like walk back to them, and they're like, yo, this girl's some shit. She's awful. Who brought her in?
Who made that call?
What happened? Cancellation. Just bringing in
We're just bringing in the locals.
Yeah, so that's, I feel like, a little bit more scary because it's not even just like fans, like, oh, how am I gonna perform or whatever. It's like, okay, these people who are also trained and also like on this level are watching you, and obviously like we as humans, like we critique everyone because I watch a lot of people. I'm like, yo, you the shits. Like, whoa, hope you're not getting paid as much.
You're like, she's talking about you, Black Rose. No, yeah, I called you out. You deserve it.
Yes. I mean, LOL. But yeah, that's probably more intimidating. It's like the people, because then even like, even NWA for like AEW more like notably, there's people like you grew up watching. Mm-hmm. Not necessarily that they're like watching the television screen. Like, look at this dark match.
They're watching like you see on TV, like to the side.
Yeah, and they're getting filmed watching. This is bad stuff. No, but like the Hardys are like back there, knowing that like Dustin and them are watching.
Right.
At one point, Cody. So it's just like, because like all these people were on like.
Yeah, these guys are like on a whole nother level. There's us, mere mortals. And then there's them, exactly.
But yeah, and it's like it's weird, especially like since they like got famous when we were like back in our day,
back in the dirt. Back in the dirt.
And so like at that point, and even a little bit now, but more so back then, like WWE wrestlers were not like attainable people. Like
right.
They were literally superstars.
Yeah. And
I feel like nowadays like wrestlers are so attainable, so it feels a little bit different, but at the same time, like we grew up idolizing them, so it's like, oh my god. But like now, like all of these people are like tweeting like out of their characters and stuff, and you're like, you're a person. But you, Hardy, you are God.
That's just a fact.
It is.
And then he married Rebbe and became double gods.
Bro, their baby room is amazing. Have you seen it?
Absolutely
I watched TikTok.
amazing. Oh my
Saw it on
God.
TikTok.
I have to follow her on TikTok. She's like, I strive to be her as a
And
mom.
the little Mexican moms that cook outside.
And if I could combine Rebbe and the little Mexican moms who cook outside in their open flames like that, I would be the perfect.
And the beautiful pots.
I'd be the perfect Latina.
I'm about it.
That would be.
For you. I can't cook, but I'll eat the food you make it.
I'm all about the Rebbe. I'm serious. She's amazing. I don't get the hate that she gets. I don't understand it because I think she's amazing and she protects her family. I'm like, do it. Dude, she's Puerto Rican. What do you expect? She's coming after you.
It's the only mode.
Yes, come on.
Yeah.
And then, we were talking about really quickly ASMR. Hey, don't give away our crunchy chicken secrets.
What? Have you ever watched those ASMR TikToks?
Yeah.
I want to vomit every time I see them. Like, they're always live when you're scrolling, and it's like,
I can't.
I'm gonna throw up.
I can't listen to the slurping. The
I
slurping
can't do
gets
that
me.
either.
Mm-mm. Don't slurp.
I hate. I think I saw something on like Facebook, and it's like, oh, if you like can't stand the sound of people like eating or drinking, there's like some like thing wrong with your brain. I was like,
That's a fact.
Why do I get tagged in that all the time? I feel like I yell at most people for like my dad and my brother, like when they drink water, I'm like, yo, slow down, because it's just like, I'm like, and I don't know how, but my brother, when he eats bananas, it's the crunchiest fruit ever. So I just want to stomp his eyes out sometimes.
Like, why are you eating like that?
I just ate one, it didn't sound like that.
How do you make a banana sound crunchy?
Ask him.
We're gonna ask him. What is your secret?
Call him my mom at the same time. You can ask him for the photos and ask him to eat them.
We're gonna need this
Ask him why it's so
ASMR. This banana ASMR quick. We got a channel to film. We got some ASMR to film with a banana.
Gross.
Yikes.
And you're gonna slurp your noodles.
Oh, I can't deal with that at all. It makes me cringe so hard.
Yeah. Potato chips as well. If I'm not eating and like someone's just like eating, I'm just like, why do you exist in this world?
My whole thing is gum. I can't do that. No, why? Why do you have to do that? Why does everybody need to see your gum and hear it? I don't need to hear your gum.
Why not?
I don't want to. It's yours. You can keep it.
I'm trying to think if I make those ones. I know sometimes I chew with my mouth open. This is just how you get the flavor. Try that.
You're like, but I also have a deviated septum, so.
I'm not a breather. I am. I saw
I'm
TikTok
sure you are.
that says that if you tape your mouth shut when you sleep, it's supposed to help you sleep better. And I did that, and I've been doing that, and it does. But then, like the first time I tried it, I was like sick, and so I almost died because I was like trying to cough, and my mouth was doing.
That just sounds wrong and bad.
But then last night I did it, and it was great. And then I woke up because I didn't have the tape that I used the first time. I just had like wrestling wrist tape. And this one was a white tape. I didn't have the black one. I couldn't find it. But I used it, and when I took it off this morning, I just had like white.
Why are your lips all crusty? What is going on?
I was like, what is happening? I was like, oh yeah, I taped them.
There's so many things we're learning about you today right now. All right. Last question, and I will let you go, is what is one thing in wrestling? What is one thing in wrestling you wish you would have known when you first started? Or let me rephrase that. What is one thing in wrestling you wish somebody would have told you when you first started?
One thing that I wish someone would have told me. Not all bookings are good bookings.
Wow. Would that
The
have
more you
changed?
know.
Would that have changed some of your bookings?
I think I learned it a little bit later from Thunder.
Yeah.
But it definitely would have, I think, in the beginning. Just like, because I feel like you're super excited to like get into the business and like that's great.
Yeah.
And you just want to like take every booking. But at the same time, like you need to be careful who you're putting yourself in the ring with. And then at the same time, you have to think about how that's going to portray you as a wrestler. Because when you are new, it's very scary.
Yeah.
And you're not going to be 110%. You're just going to kind of, like, it looks weird. You look like Bambi. Like, that's just how it goes because it's scary. And so you have to, like, make sure. Because if you're going in there, like, green on green, like, it's going to look rough.
It's going to be a little rough. Yeah.
Yeah, so.
That's interesting. It's good advice, though. Not every booking is a good booking. I feel like other people have said that before, but you guys don't listen.
Nope, can't remember. Don't recall. Not me. No, but yeah, I feel like, especially for guys, I feel like guys take a lot of bookings that aren't necessarily necessary, but it is a different business for them.
Yeah.
So they have to kind of like take what they can get and try and like promote themselves. But if you're going on a show that's not posting any type of footage,
Yeah.
and like that is what we need as professional wrestlers. Like if you're gonna start a show, a promotion, whatever, like have at least a hard cam. Have someone taking photos. Because like we use that for our own platforms. Like I don't want to work for someone if no one's gonna see the match or I'm not gonna get photos that I can post on my own social media and be like, how great am I? And then you're like, heck yeah, I'm like that's what I'm there for.
You're like, speaking of photos, where are my photos at for PPW? When are those getting posted?
I would like to know that as well.
Hmm.
Maybe when the match airs. Yeah.
Wah, wah, wah.
But anyways.
Anyways, I thank you for your time. But is there anything that you, besides, what we just talked about, is there anything you would want to say to future wrestlers? Is there advice that you want to pass down?
I just did.
Oh,
Just kidding.
It was that advice.
Stay out of my way. Always touch your shoulders to the mats for at least 3 seconds when you're wrestling.
Take the pin like a woman.
And that's about it.
Awesome.
Yeah.
I think it's all good things. Tips for wrestling Maddie.
Yeah, don't take my spot. And say hello to everyone when you first enter a show.
Yeah.
And goodbye.
You still find that's still protocol?
I would say so. At least hello. Like, I mean, you don't have to be like, hello, Turner. Yes, good buddy. But you could at least like acknowledge people because I know it sounds like kind of old school and it is, but like at the same time, like that's how a lot of people are trained.
Yeah.
And it's kind of just like a respect thing. So like when people walk in and they're just like, hey, yeah, this is my place, and they just like walk in and like do whatever and like get in the ring and like they don't say anything to me, I'm like, do you know who I am? No? That's fair. But you should still say hello.
You should still say hi to me.
I'm sensitive.
I'm alone in the corner by myself.
I'm just sitting like this.
I love it. Well, thank you for sharing your favorite meal with me, even though I did not get the sweet tea.
That's fine. Ask me my own question.
Oh, what was your question? Now I can't remember it.
I forgot what the thing
I think you put like, why?
No, you were like, what do you want to ask Maddie? And I said nothing, I think, or something.
Yeah, so it
It was
was
something
yeah.
cool.
No,
You
we're
just
just
won't know. It's a secret.
It's a secret because it didn't print out. Because it was never meant to be asked.
I'll ask myself later.
You're just going to ask yourself, why?
I do, often. Like we talked about. This is like one of those comedy shows, like where they start off the special with a joke and they end it with a joke. We're starting with why, now we're ending with why.
Why? That's it. That's
Thanks,
it.
JP.
JP, the editor, is going to have some fun with this. He's like, oh, Lord, I got to sit through this. I got to actually watch all this.
I apologize. She is very trying to stay awake myself.
Oh my god. All right. Well, I'm gonna like, no, come here.
Here, go, buddy.
Guys, go check out Madi Wrenkowski. Follow her on all her socials. She's got Twitter, she's got Instagram, she's got Facebook, Madi Wrenkowski, on all those social medias. And she's got a TikTok.
I barely use it. I don't know how to TikTok.
She doesn't TikTok, but she does be on TikTok.
All the time.
So go follow her on all those social media platforms. And hopefully you're back for August 20th, Mission Pro's Hard Days Night Show.
Yeah, we'll just tape it up.
I'm telling you, we'll just put like a flesh-colored sock or something on it.
Why does it have to be flesh?
Can make it look like nothing's there. It just looks like a fat hand.
Guys, like one of those baby hands that people put on their fingers, but like a bigger one. I just, what are those things in Spy Kids? Those hand people?
Oh, the thumb-thumbs. You make it a
Just
giant
come in-
thumb?
No, just me. I would just be a giant.
That's gonna be the new gimmick.
Be a thumb with the little onesie and everything.
I like it.
I mean, we'll go some places.
She's gonna make it big, kids. That's how you make your money.
I think so, actually. I often think about that. I often think I should have come into this business as like a grandma.
I was like, oh, just steal glow gimmicks. No.
No, but I don't.
Oh, no,
I
glow
would've had,
gimmicks.
like,
It's glow gimmicks.
Glow, yeah.
It's glow gimmicks.
Glow.
Whoa! Edit that out.
Glow. She said glow. Voiceover. Glow. Yeah. Like I could have had like a life alert, but like one bump the whole match.
You're just like, eh.
Yeah.
Help, I can't get up.
Exactly. Like as soon as I bumped, then the whole crowd would be like, I've fallen and I can't get up, and then I press like a life alert. Someone would come and save me.
This is the next gimmick for Madi.
I'm thinking so. I just gotta wait a little while. That's what Maddie's gonna be doing long term. That's her goals for long term wrestling.
The least amount of bumps, the most just relaxing in the ring.
I'll dye my hair right now.
I mean,
Peppered.
she kind of does that anyway. She's gonna be like, oh, I don't want to take any more bumps.
Oh, what? I hit the ground.
My back hurts. My neck hurts.
Ow, my neck and my back. Other places too.
It all hurts.
It's a rough one.
All right, Madi. I will let you go.